All That.
All that. This is all that.
Yeah.
Yo, what?
Please tell me that was number 1 on your list, bro.
It's not number 1 on my list. It is on my list, so I can cross that off and we can talk about it.
Is it top 5? It's okay.
I'll say it. I'll say it's in my top 5. I'll say it's in my top 5.
Okay. It's on your list, though.
Yeah, I didn't really put my list in an order of numbers, except for what my number 1 was. That was your number 1?
That's my number 1.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's my number 1 for 90s.
Okay, we can talk about that though, because I love All That. Now, I grew up on All That.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, both of us. Like, that was our In Living Color for kids.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if you've ever seen
that was like YouTube before YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yes.
But it definitely was our In Living Color for kids. And in my opinion, it's still, for me, it's better than Saturday Night Live.
I never watched Saturday Night Live.
You
know, so no, I ain't missing nothing really.
Not really. I mean, a lot of the greatest actors, comedian actors of our time came from there.
Okay.
And Living Color, but we're talking about Nickelodeon. So All That is my favorite 90s, my number 1 favorite 90s kids show. And I just love it because it was one of those shows that you can just watch and just laugh for no reason, bro. Because sometimes, like, watching it as an adult, it ain't even that funny. You mean you were just able to watch kids be kids, and because in my opinion, I thought the funniest one was Kel.
I love Kel.
In my opinion, like in the show, I mean, there was obviously funny characters. I just feel like Kel, for me, he just like he would just go.
He did.
He would just go. There was like, you know, for me, there was like some kid actors who, in my opinion, tried to act. For me, I feel like it was just natural, and it's just like repairman.
He
was just, for me. And then I don't remember the name of the character, but when he would play the old guy.
Oh my God!
You know, and I don't want to sit and try to like remember
names.
Like the names, but when he played that old character, I'm telling you, he was just, for me, like I say, he was like my favorite actor on that show.
Kel was amazing, and he did play a lot of roles. Repairman, the old guy. Also, because I was just watching it recently, and I had to bone up on all of these Nickelodeon shows that I forgot. You know, but also to remember some things. So there's actually another part too. He actually played. I'm trying to say what I have to say. He played another part. He played. He had missing teeth, and he was acting like he was like addicted to something.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
But I mean, but when we were younger, we didn't think that. We just thought he was this crazy guy acting crazy with missing teeth. But when you watch it when you're older, it's like, hold on, they're trying to make him like he's like an addict or like addicted to something, and I'm like, but it was hilarious. And then, but I love that our era, we didn't think that way.
Right.
That's not how we thought. He's a guy acting crazy, being funny. We like it, you know. And like you said, now as I'm watching all that now, a lot of the things aren't as funny as they were when I was a kid. It's actually kind of cringy, but
it is. But like it wasn't made for adults, bro.
It was not.
You know
it was not, literally.
You know, if you go back and like watch it from an adult perspective, it's not funny. You know what I mean? But I just remember when I was a kid, I can go and just like, we had no cares in the world, but we had bills, man. We had no worries, man. So it was funny, you know? Now, like as an adult, you have like adult stresses. It's not as funny. I need something funnier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, wait. We need a more adult funny. But I can still enjoy it as an adult because I have the nostalgia of watching it so much as a kid. So even if it doesn't make me laugh as much as it did as I was a child, there is some stuff that still makes me laugh. So I can enjoy it, and I love the characters, and all that actually like pushed a lot of these kids' careers to be other shows on Nickelodeon, which of course also we will touch on. You know, Kel, look, don't even get me started. We're gonna get there. But yeah, I love all the characters in there. Some of them didn't like, but you know, it is what it is. Great show.
It was always that main roster too, like they would have characters come and go, but it was always like the main ones that just never like was always there, you know?
Yeah.
So
and then the ones that shined the most were the ones that got their own shows, you know, or the ones that people, you know, gravitated to, loved the most. You know, they're like, oh, we got to give you a show. We got to give you a show.
And Nickelodeon had it on lock because, like, they took that show, made like 10 other shows.
They did.
And the characters from those shows
Mm-hmm.
got their own shows.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love that. And we'll
Oh, yeah.
you know, and that's where, like, you know, we got, you know, some of my favorite shows from the 2000s is because of the actors from all that had their own shows, and then actors from those shows got their own shows.
It was great. I love what all that did for all of these kids and all them teenagers from our era.
Yeah, and in my opinion, you know, like thinking about like last week's podcast and then this week's podcast, like in my opinion, Nickelodeon like live action shows were top tier compared to like Disney.
Yeah,
and, you know, and some of my favorite shows of all time is on Disney.
Yes, Disney.
But when it came to the shows, Nickelodeon had it on lock. Now
they did.
Movies, I'm gonna have to give that to Disney.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But
yes.
Nickelodeon, in my opinion, had the best live action shows.
Yes, we'll give them that. But movies gotta go to Disney.
So what else?